Sup gangsters, today we're going to be looking at a personal favourite of mine, Jetpacks Was Yes by Periphery. No one requested it, but I thought, hey, it's about time I choose one. Anyway, hope you enjoy it. Let's take a look. Guys, for this particular Periphery song, we're in drop C tuning, which is CGCFAD. So get yourself in tune and we'll get started. Okay, let's take a look at the first section. I want to do a hammer on from 5 to 7 on the 4th string. And then I want to hit that 7 again when I get there. And I go. So what I'm doing there is playing 5 of the 3rd string and then back up to 7 of the 4th. So it'll go. And at the end of that, I do a hammer on from 5 to 7 on the 3rd. So the whole thing thus far. And it's relatively controlled. You're not doing it too open. There's a bit of mute and you don't want to be particularly loud there. So all together again, one more time. And I go into this phrase. So what I'm doing here is I play 8 of the 5th and 5 of the 4th twice. And then just finish that on 8 of the 5th. So all together. When I've got a long pause on a note, as a general rule, I'm just doing a light vibrato. So after this, I go to this. I do a slide from 5 to 7 on the 4th. Then I go. So I do my slide from 5 to 7 on the 4th. And then I play 5 of the 3rd and then 7 of the 4th. Then after that, I want to slide from 5 to 12 on the 3rd string. So to go. And at the end of that I go. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing 10 of the 3rd, bending 12 up and back, and then pulling off back to the 10. So I'll do that slowly. Bring it up and down, and on the way down, just keep going and pull off to that 10. Now after I've done that pull off to the 10, I want to slide to 9. So we'll go. And that's the whole first section, so let's take it from the start a bit slower. Okay, so the start of the second section starts with this really cool arpeggio. I'm starting from 12 of the 4th with my pinky, and I'm playing 12 of the 4th, 10 of the 3rd, and then 8 of the 2nd. Then I slide that 8 to the 10th fret of the 2nd string. Then I roll that to 10 of the 3rd, and then hit 12 of the 4th. So it'll go. And from there I go. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing 13 of the 2nd string, then 10 of the 4th, and then 12 of the 1st string. So all together a little bit slower. Okay, then after that we go into this. So what I've got here is a pull off. I'm sort of running out of fingers, so I end up using the ring and the pinky here. So what I've got is a pull off from 13 to 12 on the 1st string. And I play 13 of the 2nd and 12 of the 3rd. After that, I flatten my pinky across the 1st and the 2nd string on 13, and I go just picking the 2nd then the 3rd. Okay, let's try the whole section thus far a little slower. Bit of hard work going on out there. Anyway, so we go. Then at the end of that I go into this phrase. So what I've got at the start of that is a semitone slide from 11 to 12 on the 1st string. And I build up a small sort of, I guess, what would be in standard tuning a major sort of C arpeggio. So I slide into 12 of the 1st, play 13 of the 2nd, and then 12 of the 3rd. And I go. So what I've got there is a slide from 10 to 9 on the 3rd, and then I'm hitting 13 of the 2nd string. So we're going. Then I go. What I've got at the end of that is 9 to 10, back to 9 as a hammer into a pull off, and I slide that into 7. So it'll go. Let's try it from the start of the section now, a little slower. Okay, let's take a look at the third section. It's going to start off with this phrase. So what I'm doing here is starting from 7 of the 4th string, and I go. So I play 7 of the 4th, and then play 5, 7, 7 on the 3rd. So when I hit that 7 a second time, you notice I'm adding some light vibrato to that. It sort of just gives it a bit more fuel, a bit of more sass before I pull off to that 5. So after that light vibrato, I was pulling off 7 to 5, and I work into this kind of weird jazzy bluesy phrase. What I'm doing there is sliding from 8 to 9 on the 3rd, and then hitting 6 of the 2nd string. And I do that 2 times in a row. And what would be a 3rd, I guess I just do the 8 to 9 slide, but leave out that pointer finger. So we're going. Let's try the whole thing from the start of the section a little slower. Then I work into this phrase. What I've got here is I'm playing 5 of the 3rd and then pulling off from 7 to 5 on the 4th string. And then I play 8, 7 on the 5th string. Okay, after that I want to re-hit that 7th fret on the 5th string and hammer from 7 to 8. And then I go. And I do a hammer on from 5 to 7 on the 4th string. So I go. Then I work into this little phrase at the end of it. So I start off with a hammer on from 9 to 10 on the 3rd. Gets a little bit sussy sounding here. I'm playing 8 of the 2nd, 8 of the 1st, and then back to 8 of the 2nd. So I go. I'll add the hammer on in front of that. And at the end of that, I want to be playing 10, 9 on the 3rd. So it'll sort of hammer in and then work our way up, and then we'll reverse it pretty much the same way. Just picking both the notes at the end. Hammer, pick, 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 pick. Okay, so now let's try playing the whole section a little bit slower. Okay, let's have a look at the last section. I want to start from 17 of the 2nd string. And then I do a slight slide and I go. So I play 14 of the 3rd, 17 of the 1st, and 15 of the 2nd. So all together. Then I work into this phrase. Now this is a bit odd. There's a bit of thumb and picky work here. So I tend to go. So I'll go. This is where I'll get my thumb involved. Or you, obviously if you've got a pick in your hand and you're not like me and you're a weirdo, you'll play, you'll pick the 4th string, and then if you can underpluck with either your ring or your middle finger, that'll help. So it'll go. So I'm picking the 4th string on 12, and then getting a pluck on 13 of the 1st string, and then I play these 2 notes together. So I'm playing 15 of the 1st and 15 of the 5th string. So I go. Then after that I go into this. So what I'm doing there is playing 13 of the 2nd string and 12 of the 3rd. So to go. And at the end of that I go. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing 15, 14 on the 4th string, and then playing 12 of the 1st. So let's try from the start. Okay, now running out of frets. Unfortunately, I don't have a 24th in this, so we've got a slight bend on 24. It's going to go doo. You know what I'm doing. So every time that note comes up for the remainder of the tutorial, I'm going to sing it badly and then play the rest. So it goes doo, and then after that, I'm jumping to 20. So I play 20 of the 1st string, 22 of the 2nd, and then a slide from 21. From 21 to 17. So to go. 20, 22 of the 2nd, and then the slide from 21 to 17 on the 3rd. I've just hit 17 of the third, or slid into it, and then I play 18, 20 on the second string, and then flatten my pointer to 20 of the first string. So I go, doo. Then I go. So what I've got there is a slight bend up and back. I've only got the pointer finger left, so that's what I use on the second string on 17. And then I play 18 after that, so it'll go. And the end of it, I'm doing 17, 18, 17 is a hammer-on tool pull-off. And then I carry that momentum and slide that to 15. So it'll go. Let's go from the weird bendy thing. I'll please sing that note. Do. Alright, so let's try that section nice and slow. Do. Thank you for bearing with me for that lack of 24th fret situation. Hope you guys have enjoyed that and it makes sense. I'll catch you all real soon.